this gonna piss off a lot of people on the left, and boy, he's probably about to break the internet.
Nervous, scared to make this video.
That's a shame that he even has to say that. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hitting this like button right here is how content like this can consistently be recommended to you. Make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, hitting that bell notification. That way, all my things that I do can be recommended to you and notified whenever I post a video. So, ladies and gentlemen, my sons who are big into online stuff, told me, I know who Jake Paul is. I know his brother Logan Paul is. I know the stories that's behind, what happened with Logan Paul and everything like that. And I know his brother Jake and all that too, who kind of took the internet by storm a little bit with, being serious about boxing and things that he's done with KSI and things like that. The sort I've watched it. I don't follow them per se, but I do follow whenever certain things come up that actually interest me. My son then watches you guys a lot, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, in case y'all watch this. Yes, my sons are, I don't know how old you guys are, but my sons are 22 and 20. They love a lot of y'all content. So my son said, Dad, Jake Paul, the one's going to be fighting Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson is my genre, Jake. And boy, you're going to die, by the way. You're going to die. I'm just joking. You are going to die, though. But no. But anyway, like, Dad, Jake Paul just endorsed Kamala Harris. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what? Yeah, folks, he came out and endorsed Kamala Harris. And I'm going to let you guys hear what he has to say on this because I know y'all don't want to hear what I got to say, especially a lot of y'all social media folks. And then I'm going to talk about it afterwards, and we'll go from there. Check this out.
Nervous, scared to make this video because of what it means in terms of my career, my life, people coming after me, more accusations, more turmoil, more division potentially. However, I just want to provide information to the potentially undecided voter, the things that I have seen over the past couple of years that have led me in a certain direction as to who I am supporting in this presidential election. And most of all, encouraging y'all to actually vote, encouraging y'all to actually do your own research and to base that research in the truth, not just reckless propaganda or your favorite pop star telling you to vote a certain way and you believing them because you love their song. And with that said, after watching this video, you shouldn't necessarily just listen to me either. Do your own research before you go and vote, but I highly, highly, highly encourage you to exercise your right to vote. Because I moved to Puerto Rico in pursuit of becoming a world champion in my boxing career, I have rescinded my right to vote. But that doesn't mean I can't present my 80 million large audience with proper facts, numbers, and data to encourage them to vote in the proper direction to quite literally save America. And I'll start off with something that bothered me recently was Tony Hinchcliffe, a comedian who made a bad joke. Obviously, he's doing his job, trying to be funny, but him talking smack about Puerto Rico was not funny. And I want to shine a light on the fact that these aren't Donald Trump's views. It was a comedian who made a bad joke.
I have no idea who he is, never saw him, never heard of him, and don't want to hear of him.
Tony, while I love most of your work, Puerto Rico is the most beautiful place on earth. And the people here are absolutely incredible. Wars, health, guns, jobs, economy, inflation, border control, freedom of speech. The list goes on and on and on with the number of problems that America currently faces. And I don't come to you to make this video to create more division. I believe love is the key to the universe and that we should all love each other more and more and more. And it saddens me that in the current political state of the world in America, people can't have opinions without outrageous backlash. And I truly believe we can all agree on that things just don't feel right. America doesn't feel good. It shows that we are more divided than ever. And I can't sit back and watch this blasphemy unfold in front of me any longer. What is the problem? Democrats have been in power for 12 of the last 16 years. So if we aren't happy with the current political state, economic state, environmental state, then who is to blame? Tim Walz, the vice presidential candidate, has even said this himself.
We can't afford 4 more years of this.
We can't have 4 more years of this. Even Tim says there needs to be change, and he's right. We need to change from Kamala Harris to the Republican candidate, Donald Trump. Tim, I remind you that your running mate, Kamala Harris, is vice president, currently in the office, and hasn't done anything while she's in office. Basically no accomplishments. Let's start with a chart of inflation during the Biden-Harris term. Their overall inflation is 20.2% compared to the Trump-Pence administration with an overall inflation of 6.7%. Statistically 14% better while Trump was running the economy. As you can see in every category, energy, gasoline, rent, and food, the numbers are exponentially lower and the lowest of the past 30 years of presidents. Again, regardless of your emotion, I'm just presenting you with facts. Do I think Donald Trump is a perfect human being? No, I don't think anybody on this planet is a perfect human being, myself included. Don't judge people off of a character that the media has portrayed them to be. Because Democrats control 90% of the US media, so they will paint a picture to y'all, and that picture is what they want you to see. And to be frank, I'm not concerned with Donald Trump's character flaws or what he's done in the past. What I'm concerned with is how good of a president is he? Because that is his job, and that is what's going to affect the people of this nation. Oh, Bill Belichick, so hard to work with. He's a dick to all of his players, but yet he's the most winningest coach in all of the NFL. We're not here to call names and get involved in emotional battles. Let's look at who was a better president during their terms. Statistically, the next major point that always comes up is abortion. Donald Trump abortion. Donald Trump isn't protecting women's rights. That's what the media has painted to you, and it's absolutely not true. Donald Trump was the president before for 4 years. What rights as a woman were taken away from you? The answer is none. Donald Trump wants to put the power into the hands of each state to determine whether abortions will be legal there or not. So if you live in a Democratic state like California, yes, the Democrats will vote to allow abortion in California, putting the power in the hands of the people. So while many women are focused on this single issue voting, I encourage you not to be a single issue voter.
He was already president, and how many rights did you lose? 0. He's trying to protect women's rights. What do you think it is when we have men in women's sports? We have men in our personal spaces. What do you think it is when dangerous men come over the border? That's what protecting women and children is. Oh, he already said he's not going to do a nationwide abortion ban. He's not going to do it.
Facts. And if you really cared about women and their opportunities and their lives, I think it would be better to have a president that doesn't want biological men competing in women's sports. How many opportunities over the last couple of years have been stripped from women who spend their whole entire lives in a sport hoping for opportunities for it to be taken away by a biological male? And not to mention biological men in women's restrooms. What world have we gotten to where that seems acceptable and that is a political discussion in any way, shape, or form? And as a future father, you will find me dead before I send my daughter to a school where men can go into her bathroom and where men can compete against her in sports. It's bullshit.
He was cooking, wasn't he? He was cooking. Man spoke intelligently, seemed to know what he was talking about. I love the fact that he said to do his research. As you can see, some of y'all might try to throw things in there. Oh, those are talking points. No, those are not just talking points. Go and look those things up, y'all. There's a thing, there's some between just throwing out talking points because you know what to say based off what somebody tells you, but to actually know what you're saying and why you're saying it is a different ball game. Most people don't want to take the time out to go and do the research and look these things up themselves. We all know, if I asked y'all what's 2 + 2, you would say 4. Now, do you actually know that it's actually 4, or you just know to respond by saying 4? And that's the difference I'm talking about in the mind. So, again, 2 + 2, 4, 4 + 4, 8, 8 + 8, 16, 60 + 16, 32. You can go 64. You want you 128. You would just keep going, right? Then when you get to higher numbers, if you're not able to respond real fast, there's no problem with that. The question comes down to it is, do you actually know how to do math and figure it out? So what am I saying that for? There's a lot of things that you can memorize when it comes to certain talking points, right? But the question is, do you know why you're saying it? Do you actually know how to cognitively think through things? Do you know how to have some critical criticism, critical thinking through some of these points that's been given to you? When you go and research these things, you should be able to critically come up and paraphrase it in your way, your style. See what I'm saying? So you know what? This is a good job on his part to me. I think it's really sad that he has to feel like that his career may be ending or something like that because of him voicing his opinion for Trump. That in itself should let you know something. If he comes out and endorses Kamala Harris and everything goes for him, but if he comes out saying like right now he's endorsing President Trump, and I know if he comes out, he came out and said he's endorsing President Trump. If he starts to lose endorsements, YouTube starts suppressing his videos, Instagram, wherever platforms this guy is on, and if they try to pull back the Mike Tyson fight, they try to like, Lord, if they do any of that, we know without a shadow of a doubt why and who runs these things. We already know anyway. And he does talk about that a little bit later on in his video. If y'all want to go and watch the whole entire thing, I think the link will be included in the description down here. If y'all want to go and watch Jake Paul give his whole spiel on this, he did an awesome, phenomenal job in this. He has presentations, he has videos, he has clips. He did an awesome job with this. So my hats out to him. Again, that is Jake Paul, one of the most famous YouTubers out there with his brother Logan Paul. And guys, let me know what y'all think by putting it in the comments below after this video. Make sure you do what you see in the cloud right there if you would, please. And don't forget, the next video that I would do in chronological order most likely will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel, I do right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.